This episode of List 25 is brought to you by Skillshare, but more on that later. Did you have a favorite toy growing up? We all probably did. Some of us loved playing with Barbie dolls. Oh, that was the first one? Okay, well, others may have enjoyed learning new yo-yo tricks, but that's all only Barbies and yo-yos. Toys helped strengthen our vivid imaginations and helped cure us of that dreaded monster boredom. There was no better feeling as a kid than going to a toy store and looking at all the fun things available to play with. You may not have always been able to buy that toy, but there was just something about seeing it and imagining yourself as the proud owner. For the most part, toys are fun and innocent enough for children. Yet there are some toy makers who may want to consider another career path. They have twisted the toy market into something, well, almost indescribable. You just might need to take a look for yourself. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 bizarre toys that nobody should ever play with. 25. Jibba Jabber. So here's a great idea for a toy. You shake its neck as hard as you can and it makes noise. Not only is it incredibly fun, but it's a great way to throw away that pesky violence doesn't solve problems saying. Seriously, what was the marketing process behind this? Luckily, the manufacturer of this doll later teamed up with the NCPCA to raise awareness about shaken baby syndrome. 24. Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kid. The Cabbage Patch dolls were a huge hit in the 80s. What made them so popular is that they were a collectible item. Parents would travel miles to pick up the latest doll for their children. Yet, when the Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kid came out, it wasn't happily received. Not only did it eat food, but it also had a craving for children's hair. Yes, it's a good thing this doll was discontinued. I feel like I should elaborate on that fact. The hair would get caught in the mouth. It was like a motor, and it would eat the food, and the hair, it didn't just eat hair. Like it didn't come to life.
Oh.
Just want to throw that out there.
Me.
23. Happy Family Midge. Let's continue with another nightmare doll, shall we? Midge was a friend of Barbie's. In case you have no idea who Barbie is, which is very unlikely, seeing as how she's the most famous doll in the world, Barbie is a doll created by Mattel and has a variety of clothes, cars, careers, etc. The creators of Midge decided to give her a family. They attached a removable stomach on her with a baby inside. Oh, and one more thing. Midge was supposed to be a teenager. Parents were outraged by this, and the doll was removed. 22. Soccer Boppers. Soccer Boppers, or as I remember the commercial, Sock'em Boppers, were kind of like boxing gloves, but bigger. They allowed kids to play fight with each other without doing any real damage, except for the fact that they were hitting each other with sticky plastic thingies. If you get hit in the face with it, it probably really stings.
It does. I love these things.
Sock'em Boppers, more fun than a pillow fight. That just came back to me right now. Wow, that was somewhere in my brain, and I found it.
Yay.
21. Face Bank. It's true that children should learn about saving money and how the economy works. One way to get them to never want to do that is with this toy. Face Bank is a rubber money collector where kids deposit money into the mouth. The thing is very creepy looking and has a blank, should I say bank, expression on its face. Yes, children, feed Lord Face Bank. 20. Little Miss No Name. The intention behind Little Miss No Name was actually endearing. The creators wanted to teach children about the homeless. They created a doll that lived on the streets and wore raggedy clothes. Perhaps they should have eased up a bit. The doll looked like it was 2 steps away from a full-blown drug addiction. If the goal was to get kids to think more about the homeless, I think it did, but I don't think the goal was to cause children to be terrified of homeless people. 19. Moon Shoes. Moon shoes gave kids the feeling of walking on the moon. They had springs on the inside, so when kids would bounce, it gave the feeling of being in space. Supposedly. The biggest problem is that kids aren't that great with coordination, and there may have been a few twisted ankles and a broken bone or two.
18.
Shapeshifter Punisher. The Punisher, aka Frank Castle, is one of the most iconic vigilantes in the comic book world. Not only is there a Punisher comic book, but there are a few movies and a short-lived series on Netflix. There may have been a ball dropped with this particular Punisher toy. The Shapeshifter Punisher transforms into a gun. However, the barrel part of the toy is in a place that I just can't mention here. It's his wiener.
17.
Lovely straitjacket. No, I'm not kidding. Yes, this was a real toy. It's like someone took the idea of a child leash to a whole new level. If they invent shock treatment, I'm out. I have no idea what's fun about this, and it feels wrong to even make a joke about it. Seriously, a straitjacket for children? Come on, guys.
16.
Funny cage. You thought we were done with children confinement toys? Oh, that's rich. No. Now I present to you a child's play prison, or funny cage. It's probably a horrible toy, but it may be fantastic for a timeout. But seriously, never do that. There's a big difference between making your kids sit in the corner for 5 minutes and locking them up in a cage.
Fun box? Oh, fun box. Small and square and dark. Fun box? Oh, fun box. Check out these cool fun blocks. Hey!
Great.
15.
Jar Binks tongue pop. You remember Jar Binks from The Phantom Menace, right? The incredibly annoying, whatever the heck he was called. Oh, come on, he was a Gungan. Okay, sorry. Breaking the fourth wall here. Well, they actually made a tongue pop with his face. Guess what the candy part was? If you guess his tongue, because it's called a tongue pop, you win. No one actually won. Luckily, it has since been discontinued. I would hope so, because that was in 1999. Next time, just make an ice cream bar with his face. Now we want to take a quick break and extend a special thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. It's no secret that we here at List25 love to learn. And it's obvious you, our viewers, are no different. Now, you and I, along with millions of others, can come together to take the next step in our creative journeys. With thousands of inspiring classes for creative and knowledge-hungry people, you can explore amazing topics such as design, photography, video, freelancing, animation, and more. Tristan himself, who, let's be honest, never really sleeps because he has to know everything, used Skillshare to enhance his abilities in Premiere Pro and Adobe Lightroom. I'm going to be checking out their photography options so I can start taking, better pictures on my trips to Disney. Maybe I'll start a blog with their web development classes. Skillshare classes include a combination of video lessons and a class project. All their classes are designed to fit your schedule and skill level. After all, most classes are under 60 minutes with short lessons to fit any schedule. And it's amazingly affordable, especially when compared to pricey in-person classes and workshops. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. Whether you see yourself as a beginner, pro, dabbler, or even a master in your craft, Skillshare is for you. The first 500 subscribers to click the link will get 2 free months of premium membership, so you can explore your creativity. You can find a link to Skillshare in the description below. Start your journey towards a better you today.
14.
Kaba Kick. Just when you thought toys couldn't be more depraved, along comes Kaba Kick. Here's a child's plaything that teaches kids all about the wonders of Russian roulette. The object of this game is for kids to put the gun in their head, to their head. If a pink hippo doesn't spring out and punch them, they win. What? So much fun, right? What? What did I just read?
Hey, I didn't write this.
What?
13.
Ghost Girl. I want to meet the marketing team behind this one. Whoever it is either hates kids, hates their job, or both. The Ghost Girl is a doll head on top of an octopus. No, really, it looks like an offering to the god Cthulhu. I hope it doesn't talk.
12.
The Avenging Unicorn. Unicorns are such beautiful, mystical creatures. Well, not the Avenging Unicorn. Equipped with a stabbing horn and human figurines with the fear of death on their faces. These aren't your average fantasy namby-pamby unicorns. These are unicorns of mayhem.
Badass.
11.
Bearded Baby Doll. Not sure if this doll was supposed to teach child raising or taking care of the elderly, but it's very disturbing either way. The bearded baby doll looks like the demonic offspring of Santa Claus. It'd be one thing if the beard was detachable and it looked like a cute baby playing dress up, but nope. It's a small, bald man with an evil smile.
10.
Cyclops Brain Toy Car. You can't deny that toy vehicles that kids can ride are pretty cool. They have toy Jeeps, sports cars, and even four-wheelers. But they didn't stop there. This toy car comes in a human brain design, complete with one bloodshot eye. It's the perfect gift for your horror and death metal loving offspring. My friend Sean would love this. I
Same.
guarantee it.
My
Your friend Sean?
would love this.
Oh. These are two Seans.
Yeah.
9.
The Daddy Saddle. The Daddy Saddle was around in the 50s. And all I can say is, thankfully it's not around today. If your child wanted a horse ride, they could do it like a real cowboy with a saddle that wrapped around their father's stomach. You could probably just skip the saddle and give your kid an old-fashioned piggyback ride. This thing is not appropriate for any child.
8.
Baby's first baby. We need more dolls that don't do anything. Don't move, don't talk, don't eat. But here's another childbearing doll. This time it's a baby that has a baby. So is damaging a child's psyche not good enough? Now they're receiving biological misinformation as well.
7.
Dr. Drill and Fill. Hey kids, want to learn how to be a dentist? Well, now you can with Play-Doh's Dr. Drill and Fill. Now you can pull and drill teeth while laughing, just like your friendly and sadistic neighborhood dentist. Go ahead, pull some teeth out and practice those interrogation techniques.
6.
Jack in the Box. Is a Jack in the Box supposed to be enjoyable? I think it probably causes more anxiety and crying than anything else. Forget the fact that something pops up at you and you don't know when to expect it, but it's some freaky clown-looking thing. How is this supposed to be fun?
5.
Struts. Struts is a toy horse in the mode of My Little Pony, except it wears lingerie and stilettos. Is this what happens when My Little Pony can't pay the light bills anymore? We have officially lost faith in humanity. Why does a horse need clothes anyway?
Depends on the part of the internet you go to.
That's true.
4.
Fearsome Flush. Fearsome Flush is actually a villain from the Ghostbusters cartoon series. I remember this. It's a toilet possessed by a ghost. It's probably not best to introduce this to your child during the potty training years. Don't worry, they don't sell this toy in stores anymore. Chances are you would have to look really hard to even find it online.
3.
Gooey Louie. Ladies and gentlemen, we at List 25 present to you Gooey Louie, the toy where you pick Louie's nose. But beware, if you pick the wrong booger, then his eyes pop out and his brains go all over the place. Please, hold your applause. And really, kids need help with nose picking.
I had this. It was terrifying.
My cousin has this.
I hated it. Yeah.
2.
Batman squirt gun. I shouldn't have to tell you what's wrong with this. Just look at the picture. Toymakers, you had one job to do, just one. Is that supposed to be the Cape Crusader flying? Yeah, great job. Thankfully, this toy was made in the 60s and it's not around anymore.
1.
Mr. Buttons. Yep, we're ending with a doll for this list because they're the most disturbing kids' inventions ever. They have dolls that eat, poop, and have babies, but there's more. With Mr. Buttons, you can have a doll with a smile made out of real baby teeth.
Excuse me?
Yep, you heard me right. It also has buttons for eyes,
Ah,
hence the name. Altar, black robes, and chalice not included.
that's some Coraline bull.
So, what was the strangest toy/game you had as a kid? Let us know in the comments below, or tweet your answer to us at list25, or to me personally at Michael B. Estrin. And if you like this video, check out the ones in this playlist here. Now,
Thanks again to Skillshare.
thanks again to Skillshare.